Okay, good. So, what about the second group? Okay. So please take a marker.
Yes, I think I have a marker.
Okay. Non-foreigner, very catchy title.
Yeah.
And it kind of introduces how a person can be foreigner and at the same time non-foreigner. Yeah.
Will gradation translate like that? Is this gradation? Like it goes more and more
What is that?
gradation?
Yeah.
People do like that.
Yeah. You can keep it. What is the blue marker? Okay. If I think yours is tough, you can use this one. Okay, so let's have a look at your masterpieces. So the first pair says that a person should read this article because it seems to him or to them that these are interesting stories. What is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, I thought that you've written that. Okay, but there are too many details. The third reason for that is that it has a catchy title. The second piece considers that it has an interesting title, but the quote is not enough academic. What do you mean by academic?
When I think about advanced vocabulary or grammar structures, I always scientific researches come to my mind, and that's why I think if people want to.
Got you. But to me, when I say academic, I suppose that you have the same experience. As comes to your mind automatically. Academic sounds academic. Okay. Group number 3, Anjar and Arujhan, they think that it has a catchy title, wide range of vocabulary, interesting introduction. Yeah, we've just read the first lines. And then we have number 4 group. They also rate 5. Advanced vocabulary, range of grammatical structures, appropriate use of tenses, great hook, yeah, interesting content. And we have what?
Gradation
Gradation of storytelling. Okay, good. So, now I have a question for you. Do you think that this kind of feedback, let's say your rating, will prompt him to read an article immediately? What is missing in all these criteria? What do you think?
including more details, why this topic, why
Exactly. So probably the best criteria for us to start reading immediately something or start watching something would be to be very specific, right? For example, you can say, if you are taking in IELTS or if you are planning to take IELTS, probably the advanced vocabulary, the advanced grammar would be right enough for you to start. You can take something. So I'm very specific because I know your experience. Does that make sense? So being specific is also a good way to reflect on something. Next, also what did I write connect. I connect to your personal experience. Right now, we have so many things in common. Why? Because every morning you used to come to school to take morning sessions, and also on the IELTS lesson based, I can say that we have to connect with our IELTS experience. Next, also everybody had the same thing, yeah? Catchy title, interesting title, catchy title, great hook title. These are all common things. It means that you appreciate something. You appreciate that the author has thought about to attract a reader's attention by putting the title like Now Falling Foreigner. So you appreciate, you value it a lot. So this is 3 things that we have. Okay, next. We can also ask further details. Why he decided to start his intro by personal experience of going to where?
Chicago Union Station.
Does it pronounce like Chicago or Chicago? What do you think?
Chicago.
Chicago. Actually not. It's pronounced Chicago. Like Shunkyang, Chicago. That is my actually first personal mispronunciation. When I was at Indiana University trip to Chicago, I said, wow, we are going to Chicago. And they immediately corrected me, no, it's pronounced like Chicago, a windy city of the US. So that is what we want to ask more details. Why he started from that trip? It means that we are probing for more details. So another criteria for writing and feedback would be to probe for more details. Does it make sense? What does it mean, snip? Snip means you just cut a phrase, a word or sentence into your speech, into your writing, to prove that, you see, he used the word nomadic spirit. Probably he's from Central Asia. Or probably his ancestors come from Central Asia. Does it make sense? Or probably another planet, for example. So you've cut and you've quoted someone to give like thoughtful, profound argument. Does it make sense? Okay, so we're trying now lesson to use these type of dialogue toolkits to write a good piece of review. So now it's time for developing your listening skills. So each pair has one piece of double entry close watching. With your partner for 2 minutes. Pick up a word or maybe phrase that you like most. Or maybe that is very, very stands out or catches your eye. Okay, thank you. Another planet. Thank you, Timur. Now please continue with your which word did you choose? Nomadic spirits. Okay, thank you. Habersham, please come. doesn't have to be all three. Either you write what you have observed, either you comment, or you write a question, you ask a question.
По состоянию на 1 сентября 2016 года в Казахстане в организациях для детей-сирот и детей, оставшихся без попечения родителей, воспитывается 7231 ребенок. В Казахстане международное усыновление разрешено с 1999 года. В период до 2011 года иностранными гражданами был усыновлен 8791 казахстанский ребенок-сирота. Подавляющее большинство детей нашли новых родителей из США. Топ-8 стран по количеству детей, отданных на усыновление в США. Пик усыновления казахстанских детей гражданами США пришелся на середину 2000-х. Более 70% детей уехали в США с новыми родителями в возрасте до 2 лет. Из-за проблем доступа казахстанских консулов и дипломатов к усыновленным детям из Казахстана в 2011 году была приостановлена процедура усыновления для граждан США.
My graduation. Yeah, let's see. This is me and my sister. It's a picture of me and my mom and my dad. My name is Jordan Rustem Goldman. I was born in Kokshetau, Kazakhstan in March of 1998. I've lived my entire life essentially here in America. When I came to America, I moved to St. Louis and I was 1 month old. I've got, of course, my 2 parents and then my older sister, who's 9 years older than me. Just one water. How much? $1.
Growing up, like I would go through different emotions all the time about it. Like there was some time in my life where I was like, oh yeah, I want to meet her. What I know, she's, she was probably young when she gave birth to me. I didn't know much. Apparently she wasn't married at the time. And, I feel like I've always had different thoughts in the back of my mind about her. I've always played out different scenarios. And, I've always thought oh, she didn't want me, or she didn't, she doesn't want me, or she doesn't like me, or I was never loved, etc. I had those thoughts, but like I said, as I've gotten older, I've just realized that it just wasn't meant to be. I think I have a picture. At first, I didn't believe it. I was just like, there's no way, this isn't it. And then, every time I looked at her, I would just be like, okay, yep, I don't know, I feel like she is. It just, each time I would look at it, I'd be like, I think that's her, And again, while I don't have any confirmation, I just feel like I might have, found it, maybe. I'll be honest, I've always thought about that, a lot. I dreamed about it, just dreamed about, the meeting. I picture, her saying, oh, Rustem, you are, you're a part of us, you're part of our family, and the thing that's really cool about, my adoptive parents is that, they embrace it. They know, they will always know, and they will always be my real family. Like that's who raised me. That's who technically brought me like here and like gave me the life I have. While the biological mother might have technically brought me in this world, I didn't have my mother, she did so much. And same thing with my dad, honestly. Like they went all the way across the world to get me. There was no guarantee. In a small hospital in Coxytown. Here I am now.
No, his story, your story.
So how much? What up? Growing up, like I would go through different emotions all the time. A lot. Like there was some time in my life where I was like, oh yeah, I want to meet her. Well, I know she's, she was probably young, like she gave birth to me. I didn't know much. Apparently, she wasn't married at the time, and I feel like I've always had different thoughts in the back of my mind about her.
Really caught my opinion and my stuff is that I can write here. What I can see is just one glove instead of two gloves, right? Were you able to see it? One glove? So I can write here detail from the video, one glove. Then my comment would be, for example, is it associated with an adoptee? For example, who was raised in the US but born in Kazakhstan. Does make sense? So one detail and the comment. Let's write together the first detail that I've just shared with you. So please write one pair of glove or just a glove. Yeah, a glove. And then please write. Shall I write it? Let me use the other board because this one is not having enough space. So a glove, and then with an adoptee. You know the word adapt, yeah? Adoptee who was raised. What is the synonym of the word raised? Brought up, yes? In the US, but born in Kazakhstan. Let me write it instead. Okay, so.
The photograph of his mom, but he didn't know like whether it's her or not. But didn't have any information. So
Which was what? Keyword, Inspired. He's part of family, so it's his desire. Okay.
Is the criteria clear for you to follow?
Is it about us?
What you appreciate in their chart?
Their channel.
Yeah. What was your very most liked, the most liked one? Your favorite stuff?
Yeah, okay.
Yes? Are you still thinking? Did you write? To say something?
And they didn't ask questions to understand the writers.
The author's point of view.
Yes.
The author's point of view. Okay, let's go. The second stop. Is it all? Ah, yeah. Here is it. So, this is good review with great specific information about most important details from the film. Information is in correct order that makes review look better. We appreciate full explanations of details, however, some hidden details like camera angle was not mentioned. So, what did you like in this feedback, or what you didn't like? Do you agree or disagree? Yes.
They are very specific, like what they require, and also they provide examples and suggestions. For example, they say about the camera angle, etc. So it's not like just critic, but also like providing some suggestions to improve on.
So critical response. Yeah. Okay. Anybody wants to add? Arjan?
It was given as a whole paragraph. However, in the first one we had like only crucial points, so it's maybe easier to understand what they wanted. And yes, they have done like detailed review of the job of previous group.
Using, let's say, appreciate. So, could you please have a look and start your feedback using the words what I appreciate is or what I didn't appreciate. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be purely positive feedback. Okay, so there are not enough details. They have asked questions for clarification. There is, what is that? There is not enough explanation for the second point. Okay, so what did you like or what you didn't like about this feedback?
I think the feedback is not stable because there is not clarification of their thoughts, why there are not enough details, or why there is not enough explanation for the second point. That's all.
The greatest part of the chart was mentioning a detail about water. They maybe found hidden meaning of the action of main character. However, as we watched only part of the film, it is incorrect to mention, what is that? Loneliness of the adoptee. Looking at him, our group did not notice any loneliness of the main character. The last detail is a bit absurd and not detailed enough. Why did you choose only feelings but not his quotes? The quotes contain his thoughts regarding his biological mother, current family, and so far so on. So, how do you feel about this feedback? Mustafa?
There was one quote about his mother, but they have written that only feelings. There was a quote in one, but this, no, I
feedback? Partially. Any ideas?
To include your personal opinion regarding the interpretation of the symbols, because every person has its own opinion, and therefore, like especially when it comes to films that have a lot of symbols, like it really depends on the person's how to say, like preferences and their like mindset, how they interpret the things.
Yeah. Now, let me have a look. The second final task, we are going to read the whole article, non-foreign foreigner. The author is
That boy.
the boy, Rustem. He kindly shares this article with me. This is originally written by him in English. Also, you can find the Russian translation on the electronic magazine. It's Esquire KZ, I think. Yeah, it's called «Музыкал путешествие Рустема». So it's a series of his article. So after reading this article, will you please use only one feedback, which is called connect? Would you please be able to connect your personal experience with the experience of the author? So try to find what is common between you and the author. Does it make sense? So the main aim is to grasp a general idea of the text. You don't have to fully understand, because it does have advanced high vocabulary and grammar. So please, could you pass it over? Please give one sentence feedback using connect, which means you have to find connection between the author and you. Is any similarity? Or maybe you can see no connection. Could you speak louder?
Okay, I think that I connect to the author by the fact that he faced some like racism, which I also encountered when I was in the foreign countries, especially in Europe, which is usually like considered as a really peaceful country which embraces all types of ethnicities and etc. But sometimes as a tourist, I faced situations where people could come to me and ask for a selfie just because I was like abnormal for them or unusual, yes, or unique in some kind of way. But honestly, I felt really disappointed because I wasn't like some, I don't know, something on the exhibition or something like that, and I just wanted to have some rest with my family, and such situation they really made me feel uncomfortable, and like really to understand how this problem of ignorance of people, how those are said, and of this inability to just accept people as they are. So that's my main point.
Okay, that is the worst situation that made you puzzled. Yeah? Or confused, let's say. Girls, boys? Confused, surprised, if it's not a negative, shocked. Sophia, you. What do you think? Any connections?
I was thinking.
Okay, Mustafa is ready. Okay, let's start.
I can say that I definitely feel connect with the other because I've experienced same reactions from strangers. For example, when they ask me something in Kazakh, I often ask them to speak in Russian, and they always make some amused face. So
Maybe surprised?
surprised.
Because it's in negative, right? Yeah, surprise face, unexpected.
Yes.
What did you learn from today's lesson? By one sentence, I badly need your reflection. For example, in writing reviews, I'm not able to see an author's viewpoint to understand. You need to just fill this one. To and then infinitive. What was the main, let's say, skill that you learned? Does that make sense? Could you please write here on the board? Think a little bit and write. I need it visually seen by all people.
May you write how to write a good review? And that's
Please, everyone, come to the board and write your stuff.
very visible.
What is the size for yourself? Is it interesting? Может испортить. Я напомню.
Можно идти?
Да.